So I was here at this beautiful place yesterday for a plein air painting event with about 50, 60 people. It was crazy. A lot of cool paintings. And it's the same place that I did the poppy video that I did before, and there were no blooms for the poppies. So I decided to paint this building, and I didn't really finish, even though I had 3 hours. I had a lot of talking. It was a lot of fun to be with people. And when I got the painting home, I decided it wasn't quite contrasty enough. So I came back up, and I'm going to finish this painting up with some more high intense Inktense blocks and Inktense pencils. And we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I don't ruin it. But first, let's talk about the event and how I started this painting. Composition is king when painting outdoors. It's easy to get overwhelmed by everything you see. So the first thing I did was a quick thumbnail in my sketchbook with a marker. Dark trees on the left, the lighter tree on the right side, and the trees will frame this building. After the thumbnail, I put it all on the canvas with just a pencil, and I spent some time really getting the building correct here, because that was kind of the star of the show, obviously. Pro tip, don't change from sitting to standing after you sketch. It messes with the perspective. But I did it anyway, so break those rules, I guess. So this is a sped up view of the second step of using the pen to solidify that initial sketch. The reason I show the pen is because I do a lot of drawing. Drawing is an important part of painting. So even though this is sped up, I went slow for this part when I was on site. I really enjoyed the process. After doing the pen, I took this kneaded eraser and erased away all the pencil marks. I just wanted a clean look. And even though I took my time on the initial sketch, I wanted to be able to go a bit faster with the painting part. So that's why I chose these PanPastels to block in those colors. I use PanPastel because it stays dry, it's smooth, and I know I can do details over it with the watercolor pencils, which you'll see in a bit. So this blocking of color looks really messy at this stage, but I'll clean it up as we go. I'm really just getting a feel for the color scheme and the lighting that I'm seeing. And to be honest, I haven't been using these pastels for very long. I feel like a beginner with them, and I have a lot to learn. But I'm not alone here, and as people start to socialize, I learned that there were lots of beginners here, like this guy.
This is my second time plein air.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've just been doing studio stuff, and it's a lot different.
It is. It's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah. Yeah. What's, in a day like today where it's calm and not windy, and it's amazing how challenging it is just with the change of the light, how things just...
Oh, it goes quick,
shift.
Doesn't it?
It goes quick.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. I was trying to do sagebrush.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And just the light would change on the colors, and I'd go, oh my gosh.
Yep. Here I'm using the water brush to lift off some of that water-soluble ink I used. I'm hoping to make the tops of the fence lighter. And you saw earlier that I tried making the snow-capped peaks of those mountains wider with the kneaded eraser. That worked pretty well. But I find I can't get any more detailed with pastel or the eraser, so it's time to break out the pencils. These are water-soluble pencils, and even this first phase of using them is also considered kind of messy. But trust the process and your materials, and you'll likely end up with a pretty decent painting. This surface is a watercolor canvas, so you can hear it is a little rough. It's covered with a fine gesso, so it allows the water to sit on top a little, but it's slightly absorbent too. It acts really differently than paper, but it's a great surface for watercolor pencils, in my opinion. And it's one of my favorite surfaces. I like to add the pigment pretty roughly at first, and then wet it with a wet brush. This helps me push the pigment around a bit. I've found that they blend with the PanPastel just fine, and I like the way the water adds an extra element of interestingness and impressionism. It's fun to paint outside, and it's a great experience, and I think I'll let you eavesdrop on some of the conversations I had while I painted. Sure. Just making a mess.
Oh, very nice. That's what I did. I made a mess, but you
Yeah.
can tell what your mess looked like. It's great.
Oh, thanks. I just tried one.
I'm fairly new
Yeah.
myself, and I'm just having so much fun.
Yeah,
With
it is
With
fun.
it all, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I like your setup too.
Oh, thanks. I'm making a mess, but it's fun.
That's the whole point,
Right?
right?
Yep. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is art, right? We never know what we're doing.
Yeah. It's the ugly face.
I love it. That's the way art is.
Yeah, I sprayed it, and I was kind of running, but it allows you to kind of do some weird textures.
This is art, right? Oh, so it is.
It does eventually get there. Yeah, I just use watercolor pencils and PanPastels, so it's kind of a mixed media thing. Yeah.
You've done pencil stuff, haven't you? Not watercolor. Not watercolor.
Yeah.
Stuff. Color pencil stuff.
Yeah, color pencils, you have to be so... This you can kind of loosen it up.
Yeah.
I've seen some watercolor paintings and stuff that are like crazy.
Yeah,
I definitely want to get into it.
yeah, it's cool. It's
I
fun.
wish I could have seen you do this.
He's still working on it.
You can watch
You
the
just
video.
stand here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Paint with Pencil is my channel name.
Oh, heck yeah.
So all one word. And that's my Instagram too. So
Perfect.
yeah. I mean, it'll be a while before I get it all edited, but I have other stuff
We'll be
that I've
patient.
done.
So is that a watercolor?
Watercolor pencils.
Yeah, watercolor and pencils. That's awesome.
Pastel too.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Beautiful.
It's fun anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's beautiful. Wow. Nice.
Hello everyone, thank you for participating at this Plein Air event. Just want to make a couple announcements to all the artists out there. So lunch is on its way. We'll do lunch around noon, but we usually do a artist choice voting low-key award situation. So if you're finished with your painting, bring it over to the Harrington Center blue tent. And we're going to pass around little numbers for you so that people can vote for each other, just kind of artist choice, enjoy each other's artwork that we've done today. So if you're done, you can come over to the blue tent, or we'll go around and pass out numbers for you, and then lunch will be here shortly. Thanks for participating, everyone.
And even though I ran out of time, you already know that I went back up to the next morning to finish things off. I was mostly bothered by the lack of definition in that old ruined building, and I wanted it a little darker. So I tried these Inktense sticks to see if I could get some more impressionistic marks on the rock walls. This building was built in 1910 on some land that was used for an orchard and some grazing land for cattle. This is what remains today, and the rest is a big open space park full of hiking and biking trails. It's nice to have places like this to visit and explore and even paint. I think the Inktense did a really good job at adding some darker values to this painting. Especially around the grasses and bushes around the fence. And I like how it's turning out. I didn't win any prizes for the painting, but it was a nice couple of days to enjoy the great weather and meet some fellow artists and even watch a few birds. If you'd like to learn some more mixed water media techniques, watch this video next.